let's get this fucking show on the road, pillars.
Oh, you are beautiful.
God.
What?
Sorry, I got new dice.
Oh.
And I
Nice.
just, that's the package I went downstairs. I got 2 new dice.
Okay.
And they're called, it was Blood Red and Dark Star.
Also,
And I'm like,
thoughts on
God,
the
you're
name
beautiful.
for the stream?
Into the belly of the beast.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because you're literally going into the abyss's stomach, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
The belly of the beast.
I got some new dice called Eye of Abarosa,
Alright,
and it's
so-
like
Then there's just me. I'm like gut rearranging.
Alright. Oh my god.
oh my god.
So,
Kinky.
Hey, Ruben, can I quit as a pillar?
no.
Sorry, I'm
Ru-
home.
There she is. Hi, babe. I've started stream. We are in gaming.
Yep.
I will warn you guys and Oliver, this is just, I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody starts talking over me or anyone else, fucking mute them. I'm not dealing with that shit today. I'm sick. You're sick. I'm not dealing with it today. I'm sorry. It's not
Aye,
happening.
Captain.
Understood, one Capitan.
Alright, so the Pillars of Light are brought to the City of Light. Haha, very funny. And Scarlet and Silver bring them to here.
You going to bring us home? We going to our house?
Alright, now, reminder, this is a high-scale map because the the smallest one crashed my entire PC.
Jesus.
Yeah, so each one of these houses is like 10,000, I think I said, is what I have, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there she is.
Hello.
Okay, I'm muting on here. That way you don't hear double. Okay. So, as Silver and Scarlet walk down the many pathways, they lead you to a place in the City of Light where not many have traveled. They lead you to one of the many side roads where there is but an alley. When they approach that alley, each pillar of light sees something different. A swirling mass of emotions in a dark corner. Silver and Scarlet step forward, as this is where they first met. And will approach the area. And they will say, Scarlet will raise up her hand and will say, Vas Elenkan. Alright.
Yo.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I went yo.
I can't hear it for some reason. That's weird. We'll do this one. Hopefully this one works.
Oh.
Oh, I know what it is. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I did. Lamau, I'm just stupid.
Lamau. And you go here.
Okay, let's see if this works now. Alright. Reminder, this is a purely RP game, so do not talk over each other, and please understand that I am sick, and that it will take me time to actually get to each person and what their actions are. But as soon as Scarlet and Silver enter, and the rest of the pillars themselves, you can feel the ominous, horrifying chill come over you, as you know that you have entered into your enemy's mind, heart, and soul. You strive forward into the darkness and come across a rune. A rune of a castle. Once there was a plentiful and bountiful castle, there is now but ruins and desolation and destruction. As you all begin to slowly walk forward, two creatures appear at the doorway. They do not seem hostile, but their nature is different. It is almost like a shadow, one of the many creatures of the realm that was built for destruction, except for that they are almost like remnant memories of shadows. Something incomplete, incorporeal, or perhaps not even real. They do not approach, they do not move. They simply wait. What do you do? There's no need for rolls because you are pillars, by the way. If you wish to know what they are, you can simply ask me. I need to know what that roll is for, though, since you already rolled.
I am looking at them to determine if they're real or if they're just like...
As I said before, these are like remnant memories of shadows. Once had been, once will be, whatever it may be. These creatures are indeed real, but the problem is that is it you believing that they are real or them believing that they are real? It is a problem of when these people are.
I guess what I was asking is, do they have a physical form?
They do have physical forms, yes. But it is ethereal. Like I said, they are similar to shadows, but they have more of a defined figure, where most shadows don't have a defined figure. They have like almost what seems to be a humanoid body, but it is still incorporeal.
I will follow my wife.
Okay. As you both approach, the creatures will take a look at who is approaching. And apologies, I can't do my normal shadow voice, so you're just gonna have to deal with what I got.
Please don't. Because you were sick.
Yeah, I know. They will say, "Hail, travelers. What brings you here?"
We see entrance.
You are free to enter, but why are you here? Nobody has been... And as they see Scarlet and Silver, they will wave happily. It has been so long, friends. Where have you been?
Now look at Scarlet and Silver. It seems they know you.
Yes, this was where our first journey took place. This place is where we met, I guess.
And it has been far too long, hasn't it?
It has. Many things have changed. As Thevius approaches, he takes his book out and begins to kind of look at the incantations on some of the stones.
It seems like it took a turn for the worse, however.
It has taken a turn for the worse. The creatures will look at both Silver and Scarlet and say, "What do you mean, pray tell? What has happened?"
There's not much life here. There's not much growing.
"I have no idea what you mean," one of them says, as they turn around and see what is behind them. "There is a beautiful castle here. Plenty of life. Plenty of foliage." And as Thevius kind of hears them and is looking at the stones, he says, "These stones, they were brought from the ruins of Akai. Where did you get these?" "They have always been here."
May I ask a question of you?
"Yes, of course."
She'll hold out her hands. I want to see exactly. I see that it's a beautiful castle, but I always like to see it through other people's eyes. Would you mind if you take my hand for a second?
I'll be right
The
back.
creature will attempt to take your hand. Hello, we're in middle of session, so as you take their hands, or attempt to, their hands just pass through you and you see nothing. It doesn't change your sight, anything.
Pity.
Real?
Yes, I know.
I have a
You're still on your way home.
Yeah, we're kind of stuck at the airport right now.
You're fine. Take
Just
your
one-
time.
Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know.
I read.
You know,
I read. I'm reading. I promise.
I have a question.
Yes.
And she's still is kind of looking at them.
Oh, Silver's asking? Okay. They will
Yes.
say, "Oh, of course, Miss Silver.
Of what time is it?
About mid-afternoon."
Of what day?
Oh God.
I need to know this. What is the day and year, pray tell?
Hold on, I have to go find that.
Really? I just
What
asked
day?
that question.
What day are they in? Hold on.
Yeah.
It's time for
This is going to help.
It's time for Omega DM mode. I'm opening up my old notes from my fucking computer this time.
Yo.
No more books.
No more books for me. All digital
Well,
from now on.
Well,
I'm back.
There's still one with books, but whatever. It's fine. Okay. One of them will say, "It is currently June 27th of the year 78.
What was the current year?
Not that.
Well, I know that.
That is approximately 1.5 billion years from where you are currently."
Ah.
Direction.
Do what now?
I said in which direction?
Backwards.
They are a billion years in the past.
That is correct.
Then how would they know who we are if they're a billion years?
Babe, these are the same two people that you met in your first campaign.
Stop.
Yes.
You old.
These are the
They
same.
don't age
These are
then.
the
They had to
same.
be that.
Yeah. So now you're seeing. By the way, babe, do you remember what year it was for them back then?
No.
It was the exact same day and year. It hasn't changed. They are so as Silver hears that date, she knows that they are still reliving the same day.
Groundhog Day.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, lovely.
Not again. basically in the first campaign, since you guys weren't there to know what happened,
Obviously.
everything was to normal. The castle was not in ruins, there was foliage, everything was perfect, but to us, everything was in shambles.
Oh. Well then. Excuse me.
So, if it's been forever, if it's been forever since Scarlet and Silver has seen these two, and it's the same day for them, how do they know it's been a long time since they saw them?
That's a good question. Are you saying that
That's a
out
good
loud?
Oh, I should say that in a more,
Did Anira actually say that?
let me say it in a more near
No,
way.
don't worry. I just need you to tell me if Anira said that or not,
Sure,
because they would have
sure,
replied.
she says
Okay.
that.
They say, well, one day you just disappeared, and they hold their heads. I don't know why I said that.
Oh god.
Your mate will pipe up. So it seems that they have some recollection of time passing, but the day still stays the same. And I'm going to start looking to what might be causing that. Is there anything apparent?
Well, Thievius
think I
has
thought so,
already
yeah.
been
Examining.
kind of examining them, and he'll kind of turn up from his spell book after examining them, and he'll say, "They have no spells on them, no malice, no curses, no imprints. There's nothing that would be stopping them from moving to the next day. But
Could it
Could it
be this place?
it could be the place, but I fear that the problem is not that we are looking at something that was, but should have been.
Jones?
Oh.
The problem
So the-
is, if these creatures are reliving the same day, and they have perception of time, why would they say the same day over and over again?
That's the. So it's like a groundhog, but it's not quite the same.
A groundhog. Sounds tasty.
No, it's a phenomenon that a groundhog day is the repetition of a day. Once the day stops, it restarts the exact same way. Nothing changes. No matter what you do, it'll start the same way. It's an infinite loop.
A look of horror will
So-
come on to. Oops, sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Though this seems to be different. They remember Silver and Scarlet, so there are things that are happening that are repeating, but also not. It's as if Scarlet and Silver have joined the groundhog, but not in the same sense.
Sid'll
They're not trapped by the repetition.
Sid'll pop up. Sid'll look up and say something. Didn't someone steal? I think is Blue the goddess of time?
No, it's
I'm trying to
Merlin.
remember. Merlin. I remember there being a quest for one of the guys to retrieve Merlin's
Hourglass. You were a part of that
hourglass
campaign.
from the enemy. Do you think this is a side effect of the enemy having it?
Would I have to roll to see that that type of phenomena?
Well, I'm waiting until Raven says what she wanted to say because I
Oh,
didn't
right.
want to interrupt.
Sorry, Raven.
You guys are good. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stuff my face. This is the first time I've eaten anything all day.
What you
I'm
eating?
sorry, I just saw Raven with chipmunk cheeks going. It's
Basically, it's Chinese food. I'm
What?
stuffing.
Specifically, please.
I want Dark
No,
to get home.
no,
I want
focus,
China
focus
home.
on the
Okay.
focus on the session, please.
Ooh,
What were you saying about Silver, babe?
So
Right
we'll
after.
have a look of like both shock and she's like disturbed at the same time, and
a look
it
of
says,
horror.
like, it says yes. It's like her heart is beating so loud she could hear it in her ears, and she sits down on the floor.
Scarlet will sit beside of you. And as Sid asks a question, if it could be a malice from Merlin's hourglass, he'll kind of pipe up. Actually, from what I've heard and from the knowledge that I have of the deities, Merlin has her hourglass, so it is quite impossible that this could be the case. She could have repaired the time.
What if? Well, the abyss seems to absorb everything.
Don't say that.
What if
name
it
here.
absorbed the excess?
Don't say that name here, please.
Well, okay. So I will say the enemy, the bastard, seems to absorb everything.
That's the only one I'm giving you. Don't say his name here.
I'm sorry. I wasn't intending to. Like my brain was like thinking I was still out of character.
Everyone forget. Remember it like this. It's Voldemort.
Pretty much.
He who
Especially
shall not be
whenever
named.
especially whenever you are in his current mind, do not say a power word that is his name. You will die.
So
Anyway,
he seems to absorb excess. Like he takes everything. So what if he siphoned off some from the hourglass, using it for his own purpose before it was retrieved, because he had it in his possession before before people retrieved it for Merlin.
that could be the case, but the problem is that from my knowledge, all of the shadows that you fought before this current iteration, their powers went towards the enemy that you already faced and defeated. Are you okay, Oliver?
Sorry, I tried to do that quietly.
But wasn't the enemy wasn't
I need
Scary
a clip of that. I'm sorry,
scare.
I need a clip of that.
Wait, what
That was the
happened?
most random fucking
hear it?
noise I've ever heard. I'm sorry.
No,
Art?
I burped and I was trying to do it quietly, and it just.
came out squeaking.
It just
Okay, sorry about that, Sid. Go ahead.
I bring up the fact that isn't what we know now is that parasite you had to deal with was a
Oh,
was
be
a
careful
pawn
with
of
that one,
his.
too.
Can
I'm
we
talking to
not say the
Thievius.
P word?
I was about to say, be careful of that word too. That one is a trigger for Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Wait,
well,
I don't remember. Wasn't listening. I didn't hear the word. And I'm like,
the
damn.
the fucker that possessed Thievius.
That one anime.
Oh,
that's a good
Wait,
one.
what? Wait.
The word that means things that take over a host.
Oh, I was just
Oh.
like,
Oh,
I was
right.
literally about to say, like, wait, Moogie?
No,
Like,
I know it
is
now.
that the anime you're talking
Okay,
about? Moogie?
anyway, continue.
I'm like, the maximum? Is that what you're
Focus.
talking
Shut the
about?
fuck
Okay.
up.
Focus.
I just wanted to make sure I don't say the word.
I'll DM it to you.
I
Shut
think-
your ass up.
should I continue?
Yes.
Okay. Your emo phase is tied to the bastard who we not speak of. Is it possible that all the energy that when we defeated that guy went to him? And so, while the enemy that we were currently fighting had the ability to had siphoned off all that excess and was probably going to use it, never got the chance, so this guy has it. Or it could be something due to the original plane being destroyed.
Whilst I believe that you could be correct, the major problem here is that if we did share the same abilities, and I am still technically connected to that creature, I would possess more time powers than I do currently at this stage. I do not possess the amount of power that Merlin has for her time control. She is
Unless
the
it's
matron
being
of the time
siphoned.
overall. No, you're misunderstanding. The enemy and I are still technically connected through the line of the pillar that I am a part of, which is the most unfortunate thing about giving order to my pillar. It could give it to the enemy. The whole ordeal is, if we did share those powers, and if it did siphon those powers, we would still be forced to share them between us.
And wouldn't you be able to feel whether or not that connection is still there?
I know that the connection is still there.
I
We've
think
seen it before.
Sorry.
I think the hourglass is not the direction this is going.
Could it?
Sorry.
I would like to ask the shadows a couple of questions.
Sure.
Would you, if you wouldn't mind, describe how today has gone so far for you?
They describe a normal noble's day. Making deals, making treaties, purchasing goods, selling goods, eating food, etc.
What about the day before yesterday?
They say the exact same thing. Also, Scarlet will hold Silver close,
No,
trying
it's
to comfort
not
her.
a full groundhog, but it's repetition.
Oh, actually, they actually do make a change in every time that you ask them about the previous day or the next day. They always say something about their father. Something different about him. Like he either changed his hair, his glasses, his tie.
Do any of you have a journal? Some kind of log? The shipments that you get, the trades, you have to write it down for inventory. I need times.
Go ahead, Oliver, while I think about that.
Could it simply be not about the hourglass, but more about the herself? Maybe she doesn't have enough reach into this dimension to facilitate the forward momentum of time.
That's a good theory.
Unfortunately, Atrame, that is impossible. Should she not be able to see this plane, she would be able to see it right now. As I am indirectly connected to all the gods, and I am currently, and he holds up a coin that is that has all the symbols of the warrior world deities on it. I'm currently holding one of the many focuses of the gods. I keep it on me at all times. They would be able to see this plane as we are currently speaking.
Yes, and we're already seeing evidence of forward momentum of time as we're here.
What I'm noticing is that they keep repeating about father.
I was actually
So-
gonna. Yeah.
Well, hold on,
Maybe.
because I gotta get Silver's answer. Silver,
what?
as you ask about their logs, they'll actually run back into the ruins and come back with a piece of parchment. And upon the parchment, there is several notes of shipping goods, buying goods, and etc. But the dates are written, as I said before, billions of years ago.
I have a question.
Yes.
What? Okay, this probably will be the most important question. Where are we, according to them?
Oliver.
Like, what is the name of the city or town?
I'm sorry.
Okay, as you ask them that, I'm sorry. Every fucking time, Oliver, that's gonna get my ass. I love how it
burp
activates
again?
your fucking mic, dude. Yeah, he fucking burped and it activated his mic and it was so quiet.
Oh my god.
Anyway, fuck, now I forgot what you were.
I asked about what city or
As you ask about that, they will say, "Why, we are in the city of Akai. This is where we have always been."
Looks at Thievius.
Thevia shrugs. I have no recollection of these people.
I don't know who the fuck you are.
what are your names?
Go ahead, Silver, and then I'll answer.
No, it's
Sid's
okay.
question.
Go ahead. Let Sid go.
Yeah, I was
As you
asking
ask
what-
their names, they'll touch their heads a little bit, and then one will do a bow and will say, "I am Lord Francis, and I am Lady," and she doesn't say a name.
Lady.
I look at
Oh,
Thievius,
Lydia?
wondering if he has any recognition of any of the nobles from that time. Appeared
she
with the name
finally,
Francis.
She finally answers, "Olivia."
Sil is looking at the
By
is
the way,
looking at the
Silver, these were not their original names, and you recognize that.
Did Thievius just say Olivia?
No,
Yeah.
that's what the lady just said. The other spirit.
Mm.
She said Lady Olivia. She waited a little
Did
bit
he
and
say
then
his-
said that.
name was Francis?
Yes.
Yep.
Both names are not what you remember. Either these are two different people or they are the same people but do not remember their names.
Either that's a lineage thing, as the memories of who they were carried over.
Yeah, so you'll have to figure that out while talking to them. Who was the next question? I'm sorry.
Ollie?
What?
Ollie was next. I just saw your thing. For
No, that
the
was
speaking turn.
that was before. That was 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a question. A little.
Sure.
Could it be more related to the enemy or someone possibly you taking the effort to make the day the same for these people?
It could be, but the problem is that we know where we are currently. The thing that I'm wondering about is what are we meant to do here to further our progress with the enemy?
Did they not sign their names on the sheet for the goods?
Nope. There's no signatures at all.
Sil will look up at them and stand up, shaking a bit. Where's Philando and Liana?
Philando and Liana? I've never heard of them.
Sil starts to go pale as she looks over at Thievius.
What?
If anyone is looking at Syl, she looks like she's about to fucking faint on the ground.
Oh my
What is
it,
going
Silver?
on?
I'm like shaking IRL.
Thievius asks Silver, what is wrong? Scarlet is attempting to hold Silver up, trying to help her as much as she can.
They know not of your children. That journey we traveled all time ago.
What are you speaking of? You were here before?
Where is your father?
Our father?
Yes.
He has been gone for some time.
Who is your father?
His name is John.
I don't think
I'm
that's.
sorry, can I get a last name?
They don't say anything.
You last seen him.
The last time that we saw him was... well... today.
Where?
A few hours ago.
That giving me the answer I'm looking for. Please tell me where he was exactly.
In the castle, on his throne.
On his throne?
Yes, the throne room. He is the king, after all. Thievius looks in shock. The fuck?
I was like, Thievius?
Is this the one we know, or
Do you have kids we didn't know about?
When?
damn?
No, this isn't right. Thievius, do you have any books about who all used to the lineage, the royal lineage?
Of course I do, but... I do not... Listen, if I do not know these names, then I do not remember them. There's no John in my family, there's no Francis or Olivia. All of them were named after stars in my family, other than me, of course.
What if they were Black Death?
That's impossible. We are literally inside of the enemy right now.
Wait, could this be an altered timeline where Thievius was not on the throne?
Or somebody's.
Hold on. You offer a very brilliant question, Anira. If this is
Yes, thank you.
if this is an alternate timeline, and if I am not the current king, then this lineage is completely different.
When were you guys lost?
Are you asking them when they were lost?
No, I was saying that's a Thievius. One where an alternate timeline. One where you guys.
Oh, one where
didn't
they
see.
lost.
Yeah.
Well, they did lose. You guys know that.
No.
They did
Yeah.
lose to the enemy.
Oh. So this would be
Maybe.
one where
What
y'all
if it's-
succeeded?
No. Maybe this is a time where we didn't.
Exist.
They lost. Exactly.
There it is.
It's like
Hi.
I
was about to be like.
I will actually give you props for that, because both you and Raven for that, because of your previous knowledge. This timeline is when the pillars did not exist. So
I
Thievius
was
never
legit about
so
to ask.
so listen, Thievius never finished his plan to create the pillars of light. Thievius never made the warriors. never made the Star Blades, and never made creation magic.
I literally was gonna ask, just like, have you guys heard of? Do you guys know exactly who the Pillars of Light are?
They would have answered no. They have no clue who they are.
I'm getting, like, if you couldn't tell by my voice, I was literally crying and my heart is still pounding and I'm shaking right now. I am so into this.
This is some fucking deep lore, guys. I spent a lot of time on this. So do you guys now understand what your mission is?
To make sure it happens.
Yes. But how do you do that?
Find
we need to
Thievius'
find the-
counterpart.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to find this universe's Thievius, or we need to create the Pillars of Light ourselves.
Okay.
Let our powers combine.
So-
Earth.
I now ask you, what is your next objective? What do you want to do now?
Well, let's see what happens when we enter the castle and see if anything changes. If not, then
I have a question for the shadows.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you know where we might find Thievius?
Who is that?
yeah, that's all.
Worth a shot. Never mind.
Do you know if your father's available to seek an audience?
He
He
should
just
return in a
left.
moment.
I will quietly, I'll just, in a hushed tone, I'll be over there by Tuli and just was like, my thought was, before I knew it was the king, if the only thing that was changing was the father, that we had to find him ourselves and to hold him for questioning, because if he was the only thing that was changing throughout these times, he must know or have something to do with what has happened.
Now.
I have another question.
Yes.
I will ask the shadows. Can you tell me what is going on in the world right now?
There's nothing going on. There's simply peace.
I have a question for Thievius.
In fact, it is now very rare that we see a bandit invasion or even our castle being invaded. Go ahead, ask Thievius.
Yeah, sorry. What years were you ruling on the throne here?
Let's see. From year, and he says a long time ago, and then he says like 200 years after that day.
And what's the year that they gave us?
78.
Yeah, 78. So he ruled from technically he ruled from year 10 to year 210.
And then the year they gave us was
78.
So this should be in the middle.
so.
Yeah, so 78. So this is straight in the middle, pretty much.
So likely we have to find Thievius, because Thievius is not on the throne.
No. The thing is, if this is alternate reality where we don't exist, Thievius doesn't exist.
But why wouldn't he exist?
Because his
only
name
employee-
changed.
Darth, stop interrupting.
Because like he could have been like taken off, or he could have been even killed in this alternate timeline because he wasn't a
Do you want me
threat
to
until-
lead you into something, by the way, now that you're saying this?
Okay.
And this is going to help you, Darth. And I think this is where you are going. Why not ask them if there's a powerful wizard near them? Because what is Thievius?
Wizard.
The most powerful wizard on the warrior world.
Yeah.
Fair.
What was your question, though? I do want to know what you had to say.
I had said, when you had said that he probably wasn't known as Thievius, I'm like, it's most likely that Thievius is a name that he has given himself after discarding his old name. He might not be known as Thievius because Thievius hasn't come into play as a name to be known by.
Oh, my name has always been Thievius.
I was gonna say, why ask that question when you could just ask the man himself?
But
Did
that
you have a
could
different
be-
name?
That
But could
be-
he remember it due to... You created creation magic.
Yeah.
Are you 100% sure that all your memories are intact due to the magic affecting you?
Oh, absolutely.
Due to the darkness affecting you?
Absolutely. I still remember what I did as the enemy that you once fought as pillars. And again, I
Okay.
do apologize for that.
Yeah, but do you
I
remember...
told you to stop apologizing.
So if you've always been known as Thievius, okay, so that really means we are in a different timeline.
The only reason I went by Heki was whenever I became a demon, so people wouldn't recognize me.
Some trick that did. I recognized the name anyway.
So, what we have to find this universe's counterpart of Thievius, because likely something has happened to either exclude him or have him be killed or something like that, because he is the pinnacle start differential. There is a reason in this timeline that he is not on the throne. So we have
Oh.
to find that reason and find Thievius in that action.
I'll ask the shadows. Is there a powerful wizard nearby?
There's one within the library. His
Going
name is
to
Gerald.
say kind of. Huh?
His name is Gerald.
Gerald, you sure you didn't have a different name?
Thievius cringes.
Ruben, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Gerald?
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
His
No, no,
name
no.
is Gerald.
No, Tuli is laughing in character, just like
I'll be right back.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
be right back real quick. I gotta go pee.
I'm sorry, Thievius.
Gerald?
In this universe, you're Gerald.
The great and powerful,
Powerful
Gerald.
Gerald! Oh, God.
Likened
The
to
great-
Gerald.
The great and powerful Gerald.
I'm so
Imagine
sorry.
it was
Master
Harold.
Thievius. Oh, God. Well, Harold would be
Imagine
cool.
Harold. Harold the
Harold?
Gerald.
Imagine it was Harold instead of Gerald, and everyone just went around and haha Harold with the purple crown.
God. Gerald, the great mage. What
Oh,
spells can he use, Gerald? Illusion magic.
oh no.
Excuse me, have you heard of the great mage, Gerald?
The ultimate wizard
Came up
Gerald.
with
who
stupid.
created the holy sword,
I actually have
Excalibur.
another, like, that made me think, what if the timeline's actually the convergence is actually further in the past than what we know?
I came up with the stupid idea that the divergence is that he was named Gerald instead of Thievius, and no one took him seriously.
I was thinking the entire family line started with somebody else.
Oh, that could be true.
That is also true.
But we need Thievius or Gerald to
Yeah, I pat-
create the 12 in either capacity.
Ah, yes.
I
Is-
pat Thievius consummedly on. Hey, it's okay, Gerald.
It's just
We're just gonna call. Hi, Gerald. Stop calling me that.
Lord Gerald, I need assistance in my match.
Hello, King Gerald.
The final battle. Lord Gerald, the enemy is attacking. The army
I
of
swear to
shadows is
God,
coming.
I swear to God, if you call my level 120 awakened wizard Gerald for the rest of time, I will kill you all.
It would be worth it.
We know you love us, Gerald. We know you love us.
You know you love him.
That's what a friend would do, though.
Okay, so what is your plan now?
Ooh, that's funny as hell.
Well,
Yeah,
first we need to
Gerald.
go find Gerald.
Gerald,
Okay.
meet Gerald.
Okay, so are you going to follow them into the library and attempt to meet
Yeah.
this
Yep.
legendary
We
wizard named Gerald?
You mean legendary wizard named Gerald?
I
Gerald.
hate all of you.
Sorry. It's mostly funny because it's like, oh, it's this world, the most powerful wizard. Oh, it's Thievius. No, it's Gerald.
God damn it, Gerald. Why'd you mess up that spell?
Okay,
Oh,
anyway,
poor
I'm moving you.
Tobias.
Did you just call him the? I fucking hate you with a
I have
passion.
been a monster.
At least we know Callie can never mess up Gerald.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Let me figure out a way to mispronounce Gerald.
All right,
Gerald.
the creatures will lead you into
Yeah, it's like, it's Gerald.
the creatures will lead you down into the complex of the ruins, and will lead you to yet another creature. What you
That
see
must be
before
Gerald.
you. Okay. What you see before you is a young man who is ethereal, much like the others. His face has no features, his hands have no features, and basically he is like the creatures that you see before you. The other shadows will depart after leading you here.
Hello, or it. Okay, collect yourself, Truly. You got this. Is your name Gerald?
Indeed it is. What can I help you with?
We heard you were the most powerful wizard around.
What
Indeed.
kind of magic can you use?
I can use all types of magic.
Oh, good. He's not.
Hey, Thievius, give him a quiz.
You... I'm sorry, what?
Do it.
Give him a quiz. If he knows all the magic, and you know all the magic, see whether or not which one's better.
Okay, fine then. And Thievius lifts off a very long magic equation, and Gerald just stares at him for a moment and says, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" And Thievius says the answer. Whatever.
Just gonna
There.
boost.
I am superior, so fuck you.
Yes. He didn't like us calling him Gerald.
HMA will just pop up. So it's true. His name does mean emasculation. Poor
I-
Gerald.
just, just head pats Thievius. Oh, I knew you were the smart one.
Can Anira walk up to Gerald?
Yes, you may approach Gerald.
I keep wanting to say it like
You want to say, hi, Gerald. My name's Gerald.
Gerald.
I give up.
Gerald.
You're surrounded by idiots and you love us.
I fucking give up.
We cause a lot of problems.
If I may pry, could you tell us a little bit about your life story?
How did your family start?
The creature
How
doesn't
did you get your
respond as you
name?
ask him about his life. He just says, "I don't remember. I've lived in the castle for pretty much my whole life.
And who was your father and mother?
I don't know."
Thievius, why don't you try to embrace him somehow?
Embrace him? Why would I ever hug him?
Come on, why not?
He mage hands him.
If y'all are the same,
Thievius creates a mirror image and makes it hug the creature, and nothing happens.
I refuse to touch it with my physical form.
You are
Because
all calling me Gerald.
Thievius.
You are mean.
What if there is the same reaction between the actual physical you and the alternate timeline you, as is the same between two refractions?
I do not believe that would be the case. Otherwise, we would be able to, well, have an infinite number of questions for the Lord Death. Besides, these creatures are not refractions nor reflections of any of us. It is an alternate timeline, as you said before. At least, from what I gather, it is. The most complex thing is how do we make us in this timeline?
Well, how did you do it the first time, Thievius?
Thievius slowly approaches Gerald. Dear God. I do not even want to get close to you. This
Too
is
bad.
horrible. Thievius will
Oh,
begin
it's
to
up.
inscribe into his book and will hand it to Gerald, who holds it. I do not know this. Unfortunately,
you
it
mean?
seems that it is impossible. If he does not even know this, then he doesn't even know the basics of what I started with.
What did you start with?
Thievius doesn't answer.
Thievius?
I was actually wondering.
I don't want to talk about it.
Thievius?
Your answer may help us, yeah. There are no secrets between friends and allies.
We're not... Okay, we're sorry for making
Fine.
fun of you. You're not... We're sorry for making fun of you.
I started with a soul that I extracted from a creature.
What creature?
A rat? Something?
A rat.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
I was
Basically,
wondering-
I started with a simple soul. A simple soul that had no meaning, no essence to it. A non-player character! And I turned it into one of a player character.
I was wondering. I'm not well versed in what your personal story is, Thievius. But what was your, how did you become the king here?
I built the castle?
Okay. So someone else had to have built the castle.
Hey, Gerald.
Gerald's
Yes.
Who built the castle here?
The king?
And who is the king that built the castle?
John?
Does John have a last name?
Hmm.
It's starting to sound like someone has taken your place in this house.
No.
Oh?
He does not have a last name.
Can you tell us what John looks like?
Sure. In fact, he picks out one of the many murals and you see this.
Jesus, that jump scared me, dude. I was on another tab. I clicked back on the thing when you said, he looked like this, and I just see this giant face. Jesus Christ.
This is what you see on one of the many murals.
Okay. Scared the hell out of me.
The enemy has replaced Thievius in this world.
Yep.
Also,
Give Callie
big,
credit. She
big,
created that.
big props to Callie for making that.
Good job, Callie.
Thank you.
Looks sick as fuck. Appreciated.
That was a fun hour.
Hey, called them for the entirety of it, and it was great. Sitting there and watching it happen.
Hmm.
Um.
Yeah. The enemy has taken Thievius' place.
So, now that begs the question. If... Wait a minute. You know what I just remembered?
Yes.
One of my old friends, before you were around, they said that the creator himself used to call himself John.
No.
Go ahead, babe, as I reveal that information. Go ahead and do what you want to do.
Hello, welcome home.
Babe.
The creator's name is John.
Hold on, let Syl do it. Let Raven talk. Go ahead.
No,
babe.
Syl was trying to go back to find, in quotations, Francis and Olivia,
Okay, you find them.
and was going to ask them about any prisoners that were being held.
There are none.
There are none.
Mm-hmm. They tell you that since the land has been peaceful, there's no need for keeping prisoners. Although they do have a drunk once in a while that needs to stay a few hours within the cells, he is not considered a prisoner.
I have a question. Can I insight Gerald?
Sure.
I don't believe he's the same. I don't believe he's Thievius in this world.
He is not. I can just tell you that.
Gerald,
Yes,
are you a great and powerful wizard?
I am indeed.
Yet you didn't know the great and powerful abilities that our friend here showed you about.
My master once did.
Who is your master?
Why, the king himself. Do you guys remember how the pillars were made?
I was there for that discussion.
Kind of?
I
Babe,
wrote it
as
down.
As you say that name, Gerald turns and looks. Why do you ask of the queen?
Oh.
Gerald just looks at you confused, having no clue what you're saying.
She closes her eyes and says, Valdez's creation.
Yes, but he said, why do you speak of the queen? You said a power word. He thinks you said a name. Also, the Pillars of Light were created by Thievius when the enemy took over him, and he did it in a last-ditch effort to attempt to stop the enemy from taking him over. But it was a failed experiment.
Oh no.
Say
means-
words again.
Do what now?
Say those words again.
The way that the pillars were created was as a last-ditch effort. Thievius created the pillars as a focal point for the powers that would defeat the enemy and save him from the possession of fear, and he failed. It was a failed experiment. That is correct. Fear separated his soul from fear.
Devious?
Yes. Yes.
It was because you said fear separated himself from fear, and I was like,
No, I said Edward separated Thievius's soul from fear.
There you go.
That is correct. That's what happened at the end of the fear fight.
So,
Also, Atrame, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second. I gotta check something. Hello.
Welcome
Hey,
back,
guys.
Conraya.
Sorry I'm late.
You're fine.
Okay.
What I missed.
a lot.
A lot.
Sorry. I was not expecting it to take that long,
Okay.
so
You're fine. Right now, you are in conversation with a wizard named Harold. Or fucking Gerald, whatever. Alright. Please take a close look at your DMs. I will be DMing you something. You may reveal this if you wish.
Alright.
we fucked up so much.
You hear this from one of your many refractions, namely Siler. It is spoken through your mind.
Oh. That's not good.
Oh, what happened?
I will say this as it is spoken in my mind. I will say this out loud. Jade, scarlet, gray, blue, orange, red. They all share one thing. The light of the Creator, not only in soul but in mind. These pillars will be the first to fall, their punishment much worse than the rest.
oh crud.
And then I will scoff. Likely fucking story. Only one to fall here will be the enemy.
As in anime is how they all have, like, whenever something serious happens, how it's got like that black line over the eyes and everything.
Mhm.
Syl kind of has her head down to the ground, and it raises just a bit, and it's like that black shadow over her eyes happens, and for the first time, you see not a smile of happiness, but a sinister smile on her face.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Scarlet blushes.
This is like, oh. Well, as long as it's not directed towards us, that's hot. If it's directed towards us, you okay there?
What did I say the last fight? That I am not giving up everything that we have sit here for! This enemy can try all he might, but he is not taking down us pillars, and I will fight with every fiber of being, every blood that pounds through my heart and body will go into this fight, and everyone beside me. We will not falter, but we shall prevail.
Atrame, hearing Silver and hearing his own words in his mind, the words of the enemy, he's going to get pissed off. And using the full might of the orange pillar power, he's going to erupt his light. And the whole world just boosh.
As you attempt to
Ooh.
use your prismatic powers, Atrame, nothing seems to happen.
Because the pillars don't exist in this world, we don't have powers.
Yes, which
So
now
what, we
which
don't-
now means that currently you are mortals.
So what? We
can
don't have
we-
powers. We were able to fight everything before we had powers. We are stronger together than we are apart.
Well, this is important to the current story. You are currently mortals in this realm. So
So if we die,
think about it, guys. Come on.
The enemy wants to get rid of the pillar powers.
There it is.
the easiest way to get rid of us is to kill us when we don't have powers.
Or to make you not exist at all. Okay, I'm gonna do this in character. Thievius now realizes it because I realized it. And I'm gonna say this out of character, but because I can't do his voice. Listen very closely. If we are looking at a reflection of the past that does not have the pillars, what if this is the enemy's ideal world where the pillars didn't exist, where there is quote-unquote peace, love, and happiness, and this is his way of fixing the world? This is what he would do if you lost.
Meanwhile, while you guys are all kind of doing this, my character is stalling up. Is that alright?
That's fine.
Okay.
It's not the fact that we need to create the pillars. It's that this world is his ideal world. So we change it.
Thavius, do you think you could create the pillars again?
I could, but I'd need a soul. And I'm not going through that again.
Hey, Gerald, do you have a soul?
I don't even think you understand what that is.
No, Yes, you are correct. I do not know what a soul is.
Hey, Gerald, would you do something for the greater good of the world?
Would you die for me?
I suppose I would. Why?
Maybe. And
Oh, okay.
Pause,
Maybe cracks your
please.
knuckles. How do we do this?
I grabbed the back of his collar. Settle down.
Her.
hold on. Before you grab the back of his collar,
Her collar.
Maya
Maya is
needs
a
to-
female.
I mean, it's
My
like
is a
I'm in
female.
trouble again.
Okay. So you understand now that you must change the perception of the Abyss's true world. How do you go about this?
So we need to make it think that even if he got rid of us, it wouldn't be his ideal world. Kind of thought?
I will wait for each character's actions of what they do.
We could, well, the easiest way to cause enough disruption in his perceived view is actually play the role of the terrorist. But
Want me to start destroying stuff?
No.
Well, think
That's
about it
what I
as well. Think about it as well. Hold on. Before you go off of that, what was the enemy doing whenever Thievius had to make the pillars?
Shaking him over.
He was about to be destroyed. The world was about to be destroyed.
Guys, we don't have to destroy this world, do we? I kind of don't want to.
So we need to get the enemy to destroy the world again.
How?
We are the enemy in this world.
That's correct. You are the current
We
enemy in this world.
I'm gonna draw my star blade.
It isn't there.
It is what?
It isn't there.
We don't.
Oh,
Our powers don't
perfect.
exist. Our blades don't exist. Nothing that Thievius created exists in this world.
The powers that we have don't.
Are of
Or
your
the powers
basic
that we
form.
had.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
so-
that's the case.
So what
I'm
Asia
gonna-
May draws instead is an Odachi. A simple
I'm gonna
Odachi.
Step forward, and I'm gonna place my Odachi toward Gerald. How about you best sit down and give me everything you got, Gerald?
The creature looks unfazed.
Hey, quick question.
What?
To their perception, this place looks normal, right?
Yeah.
This is a library.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make the book, and I'm going to probably make Devious cry. I pull out a torch, light it, toss it in the room.
I was gonna say, before we start acting like the villains, maybe we should have a plan instead of just going willy-nilly.
Fuck the plan. It never worked in the first place. Go
I'd
off
like-
on your own.
I'd like to note that I was the first one to punch something.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Hold on.
I'm-
As you light a torch and attempt to rob Gerald, something happens.
Okay.
Wait.
It restarts.
Well, hello there, Ruby and Silver. It has been so long since we've seen you. How have you been?
God, I'm gonna go insane.
Like I said, we can't just go off doing something willy-nilly. We actually need a type of plan.
So that this world can't be destroyed. He made it perfect.
What if we fix what we see? What if we try and repair the rubble and
Guys,
rebuild the castle?
how do you destroy something that you can't destroy? You fix its perception.
I'm gonna say, why don't we get them to break it?
There you go.
Oh my God, the library's on fire!
Yeah, it's not how that
Yeah.
works.
I don't know.
You know.
Just throwing something out there.
HMA will speak to the shadows in front of them now. You know this world isn't real, right?
What are you speaking of?
Life's a lie. Damn.
Everything that you see right now isn't real. There is no castle. There is no beauty. There is no peace. There is rubble. There is destruction. There is darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That is impossible. I am looking at a castle that is filled with life, light, and happiness.
Sorry to disappoint you, man, but there really isn't anything here.
How can I make you see through my eyes?
You're a genius.
I'm gonna look to Thievius and I'm gonna whisper the words minor illusion.
Thievius stares at you. And then flips you off for calling him Gerald.
We said we were sorry.
I will not cast a spell until you call me by my actual name.
Devious,
Hi.
please.
Yes, Lord Devious.
No! Dad, please.
Oh.
Thievius,
she's doing the puppy.
Thievius rolls his eyes.
Oh, she's doing the
Making
puppy
me
eyes
feel
on you. You
Fucking
have...
bad for fucking wanting to be called by my actual
Devious.
minor illusion.
I'm like, oh, she's
Nothing
doing
changes.
the daughter eyes.
Nothing changes, but my God.
Do you see that? The castle is in ruins.
I see.
No.
I
He
see
said
a
nothing
normal
happens.
castle. Yeah, because Thievius doesn't have. Guys,
He doesn't have minor illusion.
he doesn't have minor illusion.
What illusion spells do you have?
You don't understand. You don't have powers here, which means that there's no magic.
This is a world that doesn't have classes. This is a world that doesn't have adventurers. This is a
Wait.
world.
So you
That
have
is
to change their perception without using magic,
Powers.
weapons, or powers.
Sid will just sit there.
There
and
are
just-
no gods. There are
Well,
no
I'm useless here.
Yep, Sid's
I have-
useless here.
No, you're not. Go
No,
ahead,
you're-
babe.
Ah.
What is your idea?
We have to turn them against the king somehow. We have to get them. We have to get them to see that the king isn't right. That we have to get them to turn.
I'm gonna leave that to the charismatic members of the group. I'm only good for stabbing.
So
And I'm punching.
this world doesn't have anything tangible for us, right?
More or less, yeah.
No, I'm asking Ruben.
Yes, this world has nothing tangible for you.
So we need to figure out how to change their perception without doing anything physical.
Can we even touch the rubble?
Yes.
What
you
if
may.
we use our own items?
The rubble's there, but to them it's a whole castle. To them everything's perfect. To them it's sunshine and rainbows.
So
I wonder if, like-
so now the big thing is, how do you change the enemy's perception of itself? Because, and all right, I'm gonna do this in character. Because Thievius is now, I'm using like my full knowledge, all right? And I'm gonna try to lead you guys here.
Yeah, I need
These creatures that you are seeing right now are a part of the abyss. They are seeing what the abyss wants for the world.
We need
Is there anything in my shadow mark can do?
I
Do what
have
now?
an
say
idea.
it.
Hold
Okay.
on. There's so many people talking over each other. What did you say, Conraya?
I was asking if, because my character is a shadow monk, is there anything she could possibly do?
Your powers do not exist.
Classes don't exist.
All right. I'm going to say this one last time. I'm saying his name out of character. First off, babe, I appreciate it. I know.
But I was making sure
Sorry,
none of
I'm-
us did it.
Yes. So,
I'm just trying to. I
Yes,
thought you
I
meant
get that.
the powers
I get
were
that.
Just
all of your powers, including your classes, spells, and everything like that, are currently inactive. None of your active
Okay, I
effects,
did
none
not
of your
realize-
passive effects, nothing is working right now.
okay. I did not know. I'm sorry. Like I
No,
said,
it's fine, but we need to get past that. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to explain. Basically, pillars don't exist, gods don't exist, classes don't exist. It's as if this world is sunshine and rainbows. There is nothing to go wrong. There's no reason to have adventurers. There's no reason to have pain and sorrow. So there's no reason for people to go out of their way and learn new things. When there is peace, there is stagnation, unfortunately.
Idea? If I can do so.
What is your idea?
Okay. Is the items that we've carried into the area we're in still on us?
Yes.
Like, that is not pillar related.
Yes, that is correct.
Anira's gonna pull out a notebook and a pen.
Lovely.
Or probably
I'll be
charcoal.
right back.
And walk up to the shadows and being like, I do not have the same perception of the world that you have. Would you mind if I show you what I see? And then she would start drawing the ruins of the castle that she is visualizing.
But why do you not see it our way?
Because yours is a false reality.
Are they or are we? It depends on what you perceive.
It's not about the castle, Callie, is what I'm trying to say out of character. It's not about the castle. It's not about anything. It's about what the enemy thinks is perfect.
So this is a world without problems.
And a world without fragments of
Problem.
light, which is you guys. Remember how I tell you guys, and this is something that you guys haven't realized, and I'm going to say this to everyone, especially people that are listening to the VOD. Every single time that I change my status, there's something important in it. Unless it's
Bruh.
at work or something like that.
Yeah.
If you ever see me change my status and you ever read
Oh,
it,
so that's why it's always different.
yes, every single time that we are about to play a game, or every single other week, I've changed my status to something different.
Oh, this is a hard thing.
Yeah, you have to change the enemy's perception of itself. Or the perception of its world. What it wants. Come on, Oliver.
Alright, what did I miss?
Come on, Silver.
What I miss? What happened? What's gonna add a step away?
You have to change the enemy's perception of what it wants. I've got two of my biggest speakers here, and they're not speaking up.
Listen, I am under the influence
Of the colds.
of the colds, of the sickness.
I am as well, but I am living through it. It's fun.
There's some colds that muddle the mind. Luckily your brain's not muddled.
Oh, it is. I'm striving to even stay awake right now. I'm pushing myself.
Maybe it's
We need to change their perception, so we need to change what they want.
maybe
Come on.
since this world it's repeating itself every single day to be the same day, maybe we need to convince them that they want change or something new.
Scarlet stands up and holds Silver's hand, getting tired of it. And we'll look at the creatures. And we'll say, this world that you see is not filled with adventure, love, and light. What you see is merely a fragment of what you could be witnessing should you witness what we have, what we have done. You might not even know us. You say that you remember us, but we are heroes. Heroes that have saved the world from everything.
Oh shoot. Raven.
I
What
guess
were
I'll
the
shut the
very-
fuck up then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ruben's talking, let them finish.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Raven, remember one of the few sessions that we had where your character had to remember the first two people?
It's not them.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes, this is in the enemy's mind, where he is the king and these are.
Okay. Sorry. That flashed into my head, I was just like, wait, okay.
You guys have to remember, Raya was not here for most of this. She's trying to get caught up on what
Yeah,
we have.
I'm trying to help. I really am.
No, you're good. It's just that Ruben was in the middle of speaking.
Please apologize to Raya for what you guys said. I understand she interrupted, but please apologize.
I'm sorry if it sounded rude. I was just saying that, like...
I did
Trying
specifically
to-
ask to not be interrupted, but I
Yeah.
guess you weren't here, but still,
Yeah.
I guess you weren't here, but still, I just wanted to make it obvious what you guys should do as Scarlet, and I did what I believed could help you, and I was stopped from doing it. So I'm just gonna shut up and let you guys figure it out now.
No. Let's
They
just
will-
like in the meantime, when people are talking, let them finish their thought, and then if you have a thought, then you can say it once someone's finished with their whole thing.
Because maybe you're thinking the same thing someone else could be thinking and you can add on to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's always best if you have something to ask or point out, put it in the chat first. That's kind of what I try to do. HMA will step forward.
I guess I should apologize, Ryan. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just that I did say that, but you weren't here. It's just trying to lead you guys in the right direction. So,
Yeah.
I
Some, like-
heard what you were saying, and I think I'm on the right track now. My energy is quickly going away, so I'm gonna try to get it out as quickly as possible. HMA will step forward. Tell me, what do you have in this world of yours to make you happy?
peace, love, happiness.
What else? What do you have that's considered fun?
Every day is a different journey.
But you've only experienced one day.
Have we?
Yes. You said it's been a long time since you've seen these two. However, you said it's the same day since the last time you've seen them. Is your
There's-
observation of... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, you continue.
Is your observation of time so skewed that you don't see the very same... Oh god, word for two lines of thinking that contradict each other.
Parallels.
Thank you. That you don't see the parallels in your own rationale.
What makes your world so peaceful? So fun?
I can't say
Our
that
world?
it's peaceful, but there's new things to discover. There's new ways to enjoy time with your loved ones. If your ideal of peace is stagnation, just standing there and being with them, that's great, but what about having things to do with them, going out and teaching them new things?
HMA will pull Tully toward him. This is my wife. She and I go flying together a lot. We go on dates. We enjoy time with our kids. We talk and we sit up late at night and contemplate what the future will bring for us. Yes, our world is constantly changing and constantly in some sort of strife. But even though peace may not be full, we still have love. We still have adventure because every day is different. We have that concept of difference. Every day we get to see our friends, and I'll look toward said. We get to experience each other's honesty and comfort. And I'll look toward Anira and even watch new love as it springs to life in front of us. And I'll
Whoever
look
said
to
sorry, I thought you were done.
and I'll look to Silver and Ruby, and we get to watch old love as it continues to flow forth. Your world, from your perspective, may be peaceful, but from ours, it's boring and empty because there's nothing new for you to experience. It's the same thing.
You can't make mistakes. You learn from those mistakes that you make in your life. And if you can't make those mistakes because you relive the same thing over again, you're learning nothing.
What about even just the physical aspect of it? Sure, you're a guard, and yeah, sure there's guards, and sure there's a drunkard or two that needs to be held down, but what happens when a drunkard has one too many and they are so inebriated that they don't know what they're doing and they start attacking someone, and the guards don't have the strength to protect them because they've just stood there doing nothing? There's different forms of training, different forms of learning new things. Not just growing and learning with your mind, but also with your body.
Imagine you took off the day as a guard. Sure, it's a risk to your kingdom. But imagine you had a day not as a guard, where you can go somewhere you've never gone before. You got to talk to someone new. She looks over at Mei Mei and Doc and Vanya, and is you meet new people. You make new friends. We get scars from battles, but each scar tells a story. She pulls out one of Crackle's scales. You meet new people and experience new things, and you can't do that when everything is the same. Please. She sets the scale down where they can pick it up if they're able to.
And Atrame will smile. Or you get to experience the thrill of the fight, standing shoulder to shoulder with your comrades in battle. And when the victory is won, in unison you yell your battle cries and your victory dances. And you go to the nearest pub, to the nearest tavern, and you have a drink. Maybe for the fallen, maybe for the victory. But you experience that victory together. Comrades in battle, brothers and sisters in the fight.
Or yummy, delicious food. Very yummy, delicious food. Finding opponents stronger than you. Beating them. Growing stronger and stronger by the day. And so forth.
Learning new languages. Learning different techniques. Meditation. You figure things out, and occasionally having to pull this one, claps Mamie on the back out of harm's way, especially when they're being a bonehead.
Sure, our world isn't perfect. But that doesn't mean that there's not new things to make us smile.
Who says that being at peace has to be peaceful? It's the change of everyday life.
As you turn back to look at the creatures, what you instead see is the enemy itself, staring down at each of you. Its face unmoving, but its emotions Eminent. Its face slowly moves into words. I've made so many mistakes. This is the world that I made, of destruction and despair, to show others what I have felt. Why should it change? Why? Why must the light be there? All of
Without
these
the
questions
darkness, there
have run through my head over the eons that I've lived. I look at my brother, and all I see is despair. Where once we were one being, we have separated into two. One of light and one of dark. I do not even know if you could forgive me for what I have done.
You've done bad things. That's true, but no one's perfect.
can't
There's
have the
light.
light. Oh, I'm sorry, Dragon.
There's... Just because there's light doesn't mean that it can't exist without the darkness. And just like the darkness, there's always a sliver of light.
The
You-
moon is the moon's light is just the sun's reflecting off of it. And I mean, that's the point you have to look at. You can't have the daylight and the moonlight. Without each day passing by, you have both.
I can't say that you can be good, but that everybody isn't considered good. But there is light in you, whether you see it. But maybe you just need somebody else to show you.
The thing about darkness and light, life and death is you can't have one without the other. Life is meaningless without an end to come to it. And an end is meaningless if there isn't something to be ended. Just because we've all done something bad doesn't make us evil. Look at me. I killed off a whole elf squad because of what they did to my family. But I'm standing here now just as you can stand with us. You don't have to be our enemy. We can all be allies in life.
Death comes new life. Look at the trees and the flowers that bloom. Every spring and every winter they die again. But in the spring and the summer they flourish again just to die. Throughout life, that is its cycle. As Atrame was saying, without life, there's not death, and without death, there is no life. If one door closes, one is going to open right behind you. You are going to have new instances, but things have to end in order for something else to begin. You can be the change.
Over the years, I have watched you grow. From the secret city of Kaldawire to even entering into the abyss itself. Calling to arms. Killing just to be killed. The dawn rising over a new day. The dragons roaring beyond unintangible mountains. The mystery was found within the woods. The beyond was found and was left within. The islands were recovered from time. Malcolm's wisdom and magic and memories were returned. Darkness was never after. The Hope's enchanting song was sang. The man behind the mask was found. The curse of the Shark Eye lands somewhat cured. The oasis that had awaited so long to be found, it was found. The crown, It was placed upon the throne. The many villages within the mountain Ragnarok, the memories that were vivid within my mind, the broken roads that we walked on, the endless nightmares I've seen, the artifacts of the past, they were found. The souls of the forgotten, they were remembered. The project of prejudice, it has made so many new friends. The echoes of fate have finally stopped echoing. And finally, the call of Asgard. All of these, I've watched. I've watched and watched as the refractions and prismatic light that I brought to this world has grown. But yet, I long for one thing. The one thing all wish for. The end of Landuma. In our tongue, the end of the shadows. Devious nods as the real name of Landuma is revealed. The creature looks at all of you. I wish, in this final battle, to be defeated and brought back to the light. My soul and mind are different, and though you have changed me, I'm afraid that the voice inside of my head still tells me there is only one way to join with my brother once again, and that is to become the essence of his darkness to your light. Glorious pillars that I have made, your final journey. Your final journey will be bringing two brothers together, once and for all. Congratulations. You've entered the belly of the beast.
Yay.
Yay.
Sorry, that's not how I'm feeling right now. I just
Those many feels.
Emotional damage.
the next time that we will meet, it will be not next week, but the week after. Will be the final time that I will run the continent of the Shadows. The true name of Landuma.
Oh God.
What about the shadow invasion?
That's why I said the week after, because we're still having that. Because
Wait, when are we having that?
next Sunday.
My brain.
Though soul and mind are different, you have changed the enemy's outlook. As such, I will tell you all this. When the enemy is low, the true soul will emerge. Meaning that you have won this fight with peace. Congratulations. You all gain a level.
Hey.
Nice.
Cool.
And to
Level 17?
all of the people that are currently watching the stream, I see Jerome in here, and I don't know who the second one is, but if you're hearing me right now, it's been an honor being your guys' DM for the past 9 years. And I hope to see you back on Sentia.
Way to go, everybody.
Hey.
It's absolutely been a pleasure with you.
Nice. I've been drawing so much.
Alright. Goodbye, chat.
Bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Bye.